Hello again, YouTube. This is the Truth Man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. I got the poofy afro in full effect. Hey man, you know, we gonna get it touched up. You know, I ain't cutting my hair, man. I got a head full of hair. Why would I cut it? But we getting back to what, who, where, why? What we be talking about at this time usually, y'all? What's the main thing that I do at this time besides watch crazy people that rather crash and tear each other's cars up to prove a point? They had a nerve to get out and fight, or at least try to. Isaiah 4:1. See, this kind of talk ain't popular, man. You know, the only people you see talking about this with a whole bunch of following and subs, most of them, not all, are agents. They working together either with YouTube, FBI, CIA, or maybe all three. But anybody that even shows the potential of being a leader, rising up, especially for black people, man, you gonna get shadow. They're gonna shadow ban the hell out of you. That's just come with the territory. You got to be in this to help people. I'm past the little monetizing thing. YouTube told me I needed 100 something watch hours. I'm looking on Studio at all the watch hours. Probably Ben had it, and I still ain't got the email for monetization, so I ain't tripping. I'm just gonna focus on, y'all ain't gonna stop me from getting this money, which I'm gonna talk about that. Maybe I'm trying to figure out how to deliver this particular message that I want to convey about business. Maybe I'll do that one tomorrow. That'll be maybe the only video I do. But Isaiah 4:1, you gotta have the Isaiah 4:1 mindset. You gotta have what some people call the abundance mindset. I call it the Isaiah 4:1 mindset, where you don't just settle for one of anything, especially women. Because take it from me, I've been married longer than most of y'all. That little one thing, it'd be so many ways of inconvenience with that. And y'all notice, like, I might say some harsh thing, but I don't come on here and bash any of these women. I just come on here and tell the truth. I come on here and tell the truth. And on this one, I want to talk about some of the methods we should use that'll benefit us. Because, see, that's what it's all about. It's about you benefiting you first, not these women. Don't put them in front of you. Don't put them in front of you. You think you're doing something, you're going to end up losing. You're going to end up losing. Don't put them in front of you. Don't even put your kids in front of you. Do what you're going to do for them. But you're the one that's going to live or die. So you got to do for self. Do for your kids, but do for yourself. And that brings us to our subject matter. But before we do, Isaiah 4:1 says, in that day, 7 women will take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own food, wear our own clothes, only let us be called by your name. Take away our disgrace. The disgrace is the myth of love. You don't get with no woman for love. You don't get with no woman for love. I heard Coach Greg use a good analogy, and it made me think of times past. The only thing with agape love is dogs. That's why you see so many people with them, because dogs gonna love their master and appreciate what the master does unconditionally, whether you slapping them with a belt, whether you feeding them, have feeding them, they still gonna love you with the same love. And that's why I be telling y'all, man, don't be needing people. Get you a dog. You don't need a dog either, but a dog enable you to experience love more than any of these people will. But I want to talk about some methods to go about your relationship life that in an intelligent manner. Like, what can we do as men that's intelligent? And this is based on all my observations. People getting Me Too, people going to jail, people getting jumped, people getting robbed, people getting used by women pretending. Then you find out the harsh reality that she wasn't into you. So what should we do? And I believe what I'm going to tell y'all work for young dudes as well as for older guys. It's going to work the same. So how do we go about all of this truth that we learning in regards to female nature, modern women in general? I'm glad you asked. Let's get into this. First thing, and you've heard other guys saying this. Off subject a little bit. Off subject first. Be careful with these guys on YouTube. And you know, you can learn on YouTube, but you can also be exploited on YouTube. So I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to make sure I watch Angry Man's video. Because see, looking at the title, it makes me think he's an agent. Like, he's trying to get you to exclude all the individual thought and the individual methods of thought. He had hoteps, preachers. Man, you need preachers. How can you hear except there be a preacher? He's preaching. He's just preaching what he wants to say. He's not preaching the Bible. He's preaching Angry Man 101. So why? Okay, so if he telling you to get rid of preachers, then start with him, because he don't do nothing but preach. Even though he talks about hating people from the bottom of his heart to the depth of his soul, he's preaching too. But this is what you deal with guys on YouTube and with women. So let's start with these guys. These guys will tell you not to give these women money, but they ain't gonna tell you not to give them money. So if you choose to give, don't do it out of necessity, and don't break yourself giving to these guys either. Give them the amount that you're comfortable with giving, and don't do it every time, and you ain't got to do it all day. Why do I say this? Because these same guys be telling you not to spend all this money with the women, not to spend all your time and energy with women, but yet they ain't gonna tell you not to spend all your time and energy listening to them. So listen to all the individual thought, and do your own research and gain your own wisdom separately from anything that we talk about on YouTube, and carry on. But let's get back to these ladies. Number one, no man, young or old, should be getting in relationships looking for love. You making it personal. What did we say yesterday? It's not personal. It's business. If it's not business, I have a marriage license at home. And things didn't quite work out. But I can't just go and just file a divorce. That'll be financial suicide. It's terms that gotta be met. And a lot of times when you break up with a woman, really, no breakup should be an angry breakup, a hateful breakup, a vindictive breakup. It should just be y'all realize y'all ain't gonna get nowhere together. Like me personally, I'm a sexual guy. I'm an ambitious guy. I know what I am. And if I'm going to deal with a chick, I need them to match that energy. Ain't no exceptions. Ain't no excuses. Every man, which brings me to the next thing, every man should figure out what use he would need, what way he could use the women of his life. You got to figure out who you are and what you are and what you need to be to go and get up to higher levels. And then after you figure that out, now you need to figure out, how can I not be stopped, hindered, or delayed by the women in my life? You can't worry about their feelings, because remember, this business. If you have to fire somebody, you got to fire them. For your company to flourish, if you have to fire somebody, you have to fire them. You can't worry about the person that you have to fire feelings. Let them go and be a part of somebody else's company. But at the same time, if you going through a divorce, or you've been through a divorce, listen, we talked about this. Don't alter your life for her. She wasn't thinking about you. Especially if she wasn't having sex with you, she wasn't doing her womanly duties. Now she done met some other dude, and she want to let him lick and smash. So now, it's not even your week to see the kids. You went through a nasty custody battle. And she say, well, my honeymoon is next week. I was wondering, could you watch the kids? No. And I would tell her harshly, hell no. Remember, this ain't my week. Y'all do that on your week. He probably, man, I'll crash you. Man, record him just in case you have to deal with him accordingly. And realize this, if you're a spiritual person, if you're a Christian, realize that you still live in the earth, and Christianity ain't gonna apply to all your life situations. Sometimes you might have to box, you might have to throw hands. I'm throwing these hands if I have to. I'm not gonna, wait a minute, brother, listen, let's pray. No, especially if you costing me money, especially these dudes, let's say he swooped in while you were still married to her, and now you got to pay all this alimony and child support. Man, don't do a damn thing. Excuse my language. Y'all know I don't, because to benefit dude or her. So that's important. To always maintain a cutthroat mindset. Your mindset is, if she take 3 inches, she take 3 steps, I'll take a step. Why? Because in the end, all this womanism, all this feminism, all these false notions and thoughts are going to stack up against you if you go to court, or if you face in court. Everybody going to be, oh man, he abandoned his family. No, he not. How is a man whose wife decided that she didn't want to be a wife no more, how is he abandoning his family for choosing not to deal with her? What's going to come out of him dealing with somebody like that? He's going to end up in jail. He's going to end up fighting somebody. He's going to end up out of a bunch of money. And for what? For what? So you got to have that cutthroat mindset. And as you develop this cutthroat mindset, you keep it. When you see women that you're attracted to, keep that cutthroat mindset. Always realize that she's just a woman. And with women, you can only hope that she will be anything worthwhile to you. You can only hope. And dudes be like, man, I should have got with this one. Man, you don't know how she would have been when she got older. You don't know that. Don't play the shoulda game. There's another thing. You move on. Don't worry about who she's smashing. She's gonna get smashed. More than likely, 9 times out of 10, more than she was letting you, especially in the beginning when they be trying to impress these guys. But then a lot of them, that witch's brew is gonna form with the next dude too. So, you dealing with these women, even if you're getting close to them, don't move in with them and don't move them in with you. They say, well, man, we go together, right? Well, yeah. Well, why can't we should be saving money on it? No. Now, exceptions. You have to deal with women that will help you if you needed it and can help you if you need it. But you also have to deal with women that you're comfortable helping. Do you like them in that way? Do they benefit you? Do they increase your pleasure? Do they add to your pleasure? Do they cater to you? It's all right to help them. Don't move them in, though, and don't move in with them. And sometimes you should drop a bomb on them and ask her to do something for you, even if you're just joking around, to see how she react. If she say, I ain't got it, you ain't got it. All right, I want to see your bank account. Let me see your bank account. If you see her bank account and she has it, you be like, I was just playing with you, but I see you a liar, so I can't deal with no liars. Be quick to break off from liars. Don't let these women lie, because that'll get worse and worse. Before you know it, you'll be sharing that slit. Those V's on women are not meant for multiple entrances. What do I mean by multiple entrances? Multiple wing ding. Each woman is meant to have one at any given occasion, monthly, yearly, daily. They start having all these different dudes, man, it's going to affect, the Most High set them up where it's going to affect their whole entire psyche, their whole entire being. Which brings me to the next thing. You don't have to be married. No ultimatums. Break up with any woman that gave you an ultimatum. Tell her you need to take your ultimatum back and let me make my own decision at my own time, or I'm breaking up with you. Nah, I'm still having an ultimatum. If you ain't gonna marry her, all right, we done. Marriage is not what y'all think, man. Marriage is, for men, is mostly give and rarely any take. You giving to everybody, but you're not receiving. See? Therefore, it's usually not worth it. Remember I told you to make them earn it? They had to be promoted to that. And it shouldn't be easy. Don't be mean to them. Don't be harsh to them. You like them, treat them good. But make them earn that. Don't get with somebody because they doing all that freaky stuff, because they ain't gonna slow down. Believe me when I tell you that. And down the line, they may be one of them ones that refuse to do some of them things that they were doing. So now you decreasing. With marriage, you supposed to be increasing, and you decreasing. That's why it's not worth it for men. You decreasing. So no ultimatums. Break up with anybody ultimatum. Like I said, don't move her in and don't move in with her. Next thing, get comfortable being by yourself. Laugh, joke, talk to yourself, write. Put a hoop on your door or something. Shoot darts. Swore fight with yourself in the mirror. You got to learn how to entertain yourself, because a lot of people will give you, this is a scammer world. A lot of people will give you what you think you want and you think you need for a temporary time, and now you stuck with them because you thought that you had to go ahead and commit to them. We're going to have a part 2. we're gonna have a part 2 because y'all misconstruing the spiritual aspect of relationships. That don't mean inconvenience yourself. So we're gonna talk about that perhaps tomorrow. Stay tuned. This is The Truth Man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel.